In a series of tense and emotional episodes, The Young and the Restless continues to surprise viewers with family conflicts and complex details surrounding Heather's mysterious death. The relationships between Sharon, Daniel, Lucy, and those involved are becoming increasingly tense as suspicions, misunderstandings, and the truth are gradually revealed. Sharon, who provides emotional support to those around her, decides to visit Daniel and Lucy to offer condolences over Heather's death. She believes that expressing her sympathy will help comfort the father and daughter, but things don't go as planned. When Sharon begins to question what really happened to Heather, things take a turn for the worse. Sharon's frankness about the possibility that Heather's death was not an accident makes Lucy feel uneasy. Lucy feels like Sharon is suspecting that there is a conspiracy behind her mother's passing. Lucy, with her young but sharp instincts, could not let these suspicions go unnoticed. She bluntly pressed Sharon to speak up if she knew anything. The tension between them came to a head when Daniel, trying to protect his daughter from negative thoughts, intervened and took Lucy away from the tense situation. Daniel, in a state of grief and stress, turned back to confront Sharon. He lost his patience and scolded her for making his family worse by stirring up unnecessary suspicions. In anger, Daniel insisted that Sharon give his family some space so they could deal with their loss on their own. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers, Daniel's mother, did not hesitate to break the heartbreaking news to Summer Newman, her daughter, and Chance Chancellor, one of the best investigators in the Genoa City Police Department. Heather's death shakes the entire community, and Chance quickly contacts the police department for an update on the autopsy. The initial investigation reveals that Heather had been in the water for hours, possibly since the night before. This raises questions about when the incident occurred. However, the most important discovery is the real cause of death. Heather did not die from drowning as initially thought. Instead, the cause was a blunt force trauma to the back of the head, which raises the question of whether she may have been attacked before falling into the water. At Daniel's penthouse, Summer tries to comfort him as they both become overwhelmed by the new information about Heather's death. Things get even more complicated when Daniel begins to express concern that someone may have intentionally harmed Heather. This leaves him feeling helpless and confused as he looks at Heather's belongings, including the shirt she once wore. The anguish on Daniel's face was palpable as he realized the possibility that someone had conspired to cause the death of the woman he had loved so deeply. Chance Chancellor, being the astute investigator he was, understood that this was no simple accident. The truth behind Heather's death could be complex and involve many factors that he could not see at the moment. In fact, during a conversation with Summer at the park, Chance revealed that he was considering returning to work at the GCPD to investigate the case. Whether he was reinstated or not, Chance was determined to find the final answer. He felt a responsibility not only to Heather, but to everyone involved, including Daniel, Lucy, and even Sharon. Chance understood that this case could be much more complicated than he had initially thought. A blow to the back of the head, signs of hours of submersion in the water, and no obvious signs of suicide, all point to a deliberate murder. Sharon had a tense confrontation with Phyllis. Phyllis, still in shock over Heather's death and worried about Daniel, was in no mood to listen to Sharon's condolences. When Phyllis discovered that Sharon had spoken to Daniel, her anger exploded. She did not hesitate to bring up unpleasant memories from the past, where Sharon had harassed her family. Phyllis was adamant that she would never forget those things and did not want to hurt anyone in her family again. Phyllis's words were like a blow to Sharon, causing her to feel off balance. Sharon tried everything to help, but instead, she was criticized and blamed for Daniel's family's misunderstandings and suffering.